जिस दिन वेद के मंत्रों से धरती को सजाया जाएगा, जिस दिन वेद के मंत्रों से धरती को सजाया जाएगा, उस दिन ऋषि के गीतों का त्योहार मनाया जाएगा।
जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय, जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय।
जिस दिन काले बाजारों में धन के चोर नहीं होंगे,
धन के चोर नहीं होंगे, धन के चोर नहीं होंगे।
मदिरा के सौदाई जिस दिन चारों ओर नहीं होंगे,
चारों ओर नहीं होंगे, चारों ओर नहीं होंगे।
अंडे मांस के खाने वाले रिश्वत खोर नहीं होंगे, जिस दिन सच कहने वालों के दिल कमजोर नहीं होंगे। भूखे बच्चों को जिस दिन भूखा न सुलाया जाएगा, ओ भूखे बच्चों को जिस दिन भूखा न सुलाया जाएगा, उस दिन ऋषि के गीतों का त्योहार मनाया जाएगा।
जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय, जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय।
जिस दिन वीर शहीदों की कुर्बानी की पूजा होगी,
कुर्बानी की पूजा होगी, कुर्बानी की पूजा होगी।
देश के हित में सब कुछ देने वालों की पूजा होगी,
की पूजा होगी, की पूजा होगी।
उधम भगत सुभाष की जब कुर्बानी की पूजा होगी, वीर शिरोमणि लक्ष्मीबाई रानी की पूजा होगी। जब ऋषि के सपनों को साकार बनाया जाएगा, जब ऋषि के सपनों को साकार बनाया जाएगा, उस दिन ऋषि के गीतों का त्योहार मनाया जाएगा।
जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय, जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय, जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की
Namaste, all. Welcome to another Sunday morning service here at the Arya Spiritual Center. Today's service will be led by the youths, and we will begin with Sandhya. अथ सन्ध्योपासना विद्धिः ॐ अमृतोपस्तर्नमसि स्वाहा ॐ अमृतापिधानमसि स्वाहा ॐ सत्यं यशः श्रीर्मयि श्रीः श्रयताम् हा ॐ शन्नो देवीरभिष्टया आपो भवन्तु पीतये शन्योरभिस्रवन्तु नः देवी स्वरूप ईश्वर पूरन अभीष्ट कीजे यह नीर हो सुधा में कल्याण दान दीजे नित रिद्धि सिद्धि बरसे हित हो सदा हमारा बहती रहे हृदय में सद्धर्म प्रेम धारा सद्धर्म प्रेम धारा O all-pervading Mother, sweet and divine, be pleased to bless the cravings of my soul, to reach thy bosom, may this world of mine be filled with peace and bliss from pole to pole. Adhanga Sparshaha Om Vak Vak Om Pranaha Pranaha Om Chakshushchakshuh Om Shrotram Shrotram Om Nabhi Om Hridayam Om Kantha Om Shiraha Om Bahubhyam Yashobalam Om Karatalakara Prishthe Marjana Mantra
ॐ भुवः पुनातु शिरसि ॐ भुवः पुनातु नेत्रयोः ॐ स्वः पुनातु कन्थे ॐ महः पुनातु हृदये ॐ जनः पुनातु नाभ्याम् ॐ तपः पुनातु पादयोः ॐ सत्यं पुनातु पुनः शिरसि ॐ खं ब्रह्म पुनातु सर्वत्र
Pranayama Mantra. Taking a deep breath in. Om Bhu Om Bhuvaha Om Swaha Om Maha Om Janaha Om Tapaha Om Satyam
ॐ भुः ॐ भुवः ॐ स्वः ॐ महः ॐ जनः ॐ तपः ॐ सत्यम्
Om Bhu Om Bhuvaha Om Swaha Om Maha Om Janaha Om Tapaha Om Satyam Om Ritancha Satyancha Bhidhat Tapasodhya Jayata
ततो रात्रय जायत
Tatah Samudro Arnava Om Samudradarnavadadhi Samvatsaro Ajayata
अहोरात्राणि विदधत् विश्वस्य मिषतो वशी
Om Surya Chandrama Saudhata Yatha Purvam Kalpayat
दिवं च पृथिवीं चान्तरिक्षमतो स्वः
ॐ शन्नो देवीरभिष्टया आपो भवन्तु पीतये शन्योरभिस्रवन्तु नः मनसा परिक्रमा मंत्र ओ sorry. ॐ प्राची दिगग्निरधिपति रसितो रक्षितादित्या इषवः
तेभ्यो नमो धिपतिभ्यो नमो
रक्षितृभ्यो नमः इषुभ्यो नमः एभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान् द्वेष्टियं वयं द्विष्मस्तं वो जम्बे दध्मः ॐ दक्षिणादिगिन्द्रो दिपतिस्थिरश्चिराजि रक्षिता पितर इषवः
तेभ्यो नमो
धिपतिभ्यो नमो
रक्षितृभ्यो नमः
इषुभ्यो नमः एभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान् द्वेष्टियं वयं द्विष्मस्तं वो जम्भे दध्मः ॐ प्रतीची दिग्वरुणो दिपतिः प्रीदाकु रक्षितान्नमिषवः
तेभ्यो नमो
धिपतिभ्यो नमो
रक्षितृभ्यो नमः
इषुभ्यो नमः एभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान् द्वेष्टियं वयं द्विष्मस्तं वो जम्भे दध्मः ॐ उदीची दिक्सोमो धिपतिः स्वजो रक्षिता शनिरिषवः
तेभ्यो नमो
धिपतिभ्यो नमो
रक्षितृभ्यो नमः
इषुभ्यो नमः एभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान् द्वेष्टियं वयं द्विष्मस्तं वो जम्भे दध्मः ॐ ध्रुवादिग्विष्णुरधिपतिः कल्माषग्रीवो रक्षिता विरुध इषवः
तेभ्यो नमो
धिपतिभ्यो नमो
रक्षितृभ्यो नमः
इषुभ्यो नमः एभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान् द्वेष्टियं वयं द्विष्मस्तं वो जम्भे दध्मः ॐ ऊर्ध्वादिग्बृहस्पतिरधिपतिः श्वित्रो रक्षिता वर्षमिषवः
तेभ्यो नमो
धिपतिभ्यो नमो
रक्षितृभ्यो नमः
इषुभ्यो नमः एभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान् द्वेष्टियं वयं द्विष्मस्तं वो जम्भे दध्मः उपस्थान मंत्र ॐ उद्वयन्तमसस्परि स्वः पश्यन्त उत्तरम्
देवं देवत्रा सूर्यं मगन्मज्योतिरुत्तमम्
ॐ उदुत्यं जातवेदसम्
देवं वहन्ति केतवः
दृशे विश्वाय सूर्यम् ॐ चित्रं देवानामुदगाननीकम्
चक्षुर्मित्रस्य वरुणस्य आग्नेः
आप्राद्यावा पृथिवी अन्तरिक्षम्
सूर्य आत्मा जगतस्तस्तुषश्च
स्वाहा ॐ तच्चक्षुर्देवहितं पुरस्तात् शुक्रमुच्चरत् पश्येम शरदः शतम्
जीवेमा शरदः शतम्
शृणुयाम शरदः शतम्
प्रब्रवामा शरदः शतम्
अदीनाः स्याम शरदः शतम्
भूयश्च
शरदः शतात् ॐ शन्नो देवीरभिष्टय आपो भवन्तु पीतये शन्योरभिस्रवन्तु नः अथ ब्रह्म गायत्री सावित्री गुरु मंत्र ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्
ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्
ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. O soul of life, the holy King of kings,
O God of all the regions high and low,
O Lord of joy, whose glory nature sings,
who shapes the earth and lets the mortals grow,
we seek thy blessed feet to meditate,
upon thy glorious form of holy light,
which drives away the gloom of sins we hate.
and makes the souls of righteous people bright,
My heart, O Father, meekly prays to thee,
to win thy grace to make me good and wise,
and bless my mind with knowledge full and free.
from dark and vicious thoughts of sins and lies.
Yes, from dark and vicious thoughts of sins and lies. He Ishwar Dayanidhe
भवत्कृपयानेन
Japopasanaadikarmana
धर्मार्थकाममोक्षाणां
Sadyah Siddhir Bhave Naha. Om Namah Shambhavaya Cha
मयो भवाय च
Namah Shankaraya Cha
मयस्कराय च
Namah Shivaya Cha.
शिवतराय च
हे मंगलेश शंकर
मंगल करो हमारा
पावन प्रकाश पाए
परमार्थ पुण्य द्वारा
परिज्ञान पै पिला दो
अवदर अगाध दानी
तेरी शरण में आया है भक्त यह भवानी है भक्त यह भवानी. And now I bow to thee, O God of calm.
O God of peace and Lord of bliss divine,
Thy grace supplies the burning heart's balm.
thy blessings in my right desires shine.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Iti Sankshepatah Sandhyopasana Vidhi Samaptaha. We would now like to invite the Yajman. Before we begin Hawan, we'll have one bhajan. शरण में आए हैं हम तुम्हारी, दया करो है दयालु भगवन। शरण में आए हैं हम तुम्हारी, दया करो है दयालु भगवन। दया करो है दयालु भगवन। संभालो बिगड़ी दशा हमारी, दया करो है दयालु भगवन। दया करो है दयालु भगवन। न हम में बल है न हम में शक्ति, न हम में साधन न हम में भक्ति। तुम्हारे दर के है हम भिखारी, दया करो है दयालु भगवन। दया करो है दयालु भगवन। शरण में आए हैं हम तुम्हारी, दया करो है दयालु भगवन। शरण में आए हैं हम तुम्हारी, दया करो है दयालु भगवन। दया करो है दयालु भगवन। जो तुम हो स्वामी स्वामी, तो हम है सेवक। जो तुम हो स्वामी तो हम है सेवक। जो तुम पिता हो है हम है बालक। जो तुम हो ठाकुर तो हम पुजारी, दया करो है दयालु भगवन। दया करो है दयालु भगवन। शरण में आए हैं हम तुम्हारी, दया करो है दयालु भगवन। संभालो बिगड़ी दशा हमारी, दया करो है दयालु भगवन। दया करो है दयालु भगवन। दया करो है दयालु भगवन। We will now begin with the Hawan. Yajman taking water in their right palm. अथ आचमनम् Om Amritopastaranamasi Swaha. O Lord, the indestructible and protector of all, save us from pains and sorrow, just like a sheet protects us from below.
Om Amrita Pidhanamasi Swaha. O Lord, the indestructible and protector of all, save us from pains and sorrows from above.
Om Satyam Yashah Shrirmai Shrihi Shrayatam Swaha. O Lord, protector of all, be gracious to us so that our lives may be filled with truth, fame, fortune, and prosperity. Athanga Sparsha. Yajman taking water in their left palm. Om Vanma Asyestu.
Mouth,
Om Nasor me Pranostu.
nostrils,
Om Akshnor me Chakshurastu.
eyes,
Om Karnayor me Shrotramastu.
ears,
Om Bahvor me Balamastu.
arms,
Om Urvorma Ojostu. Om Arishtani Mengani Tanustanvame Sahasantu.
all over.
अथ ईश्वर स्तुति प्रार्थनोपासना मंत्राः ओम विश्वानि देव सवितर्दुरितानि परासुव यद्भद्रं तन्न आसुव ओम हिरण्यगर्भः समवर्तताग्रे
भूतस्य जातः पतिरेक आसीत्
सदाधार पृथिवीं द्यामुते माम्
कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम
ॐ
य आत्मदा
मदा बलदायस्य विश्वा
उपासते प्रशिशं यस्य देवाः
यस्य छायामृतं यस्य मृत्युः
कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम
ॐ यः प्राणतो निमिषतो महित्वैक
इद्राजा जगतो बभूव
य ईशे अस्य द्विपदश्चतुष्पदः
कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम
ॐ येन द्यौरुग्रा पृथिवी च दृदा
येन स्वस्तभितं येन नाकः
यो अन्तरिक्षे रजसो विमानः
कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम
ॐ प्रजापते नत्वदेतान्यो
विश्वा जातानि परिता बभूव
यत्कामास्ते जुहुमस्तन्नो अस्तु
वयं स्याम पतयो रयीनाम्
ॐ सन्नो बन्धुर्जनिता सविधाता
धामानि वेदभुवनानि विश्वा
यत्र देवा अमृतमानशानास्
तृतीये धामन्नध्यरयन्त
ॐ अग्नेनय सुपथाराय अस्मान्
विश्वानि देववयुनानि विद्वान्
युयोध्यस्मज्जुहुरानमेनो
भूयिष्ठान्ते नमोक्तिं विधेम
इति ईश्वरस्तुति प्रार्थनोपासना प्रकरणम् अथ स्वस्ति वाचनम् ॐ अग्निमीळे पुरोहितं
यजस्य देवमृत्विजं
होतारं रत्नधातमम् ॐ सनः पितेव सूनवेग्ने
सुपायनो भव
स च स्वानः स्वस्तये ॐ स्वस्ति नो मिमीतामश्विना भगः
स्वस्ति देव्यदितिर्नर्वणः
स्वस्ति पूषा असुरो दधातु नः
स्वस्ति द्यावा पृथिवी सुचेतुना
ॐ स्वस्तये वायुमुप्रब्रवामहै
सोमं स्वस्ति भुवनस्य यस्पतिः
बृहस्पतिं सर्वगणं स्वस्तये
स्वस्ति आदित्यासो भवन्तु नः
ॐ विश्वे देवानो अद्य स्वस्तये
वैश्वानरो वसुरग्निः स्वस्तये
देवा अवन्तभृववः स्वस्तये
स्वस्ति नो रुद्रः पात्वं हसः
ॐ स्वस्ति मित्रा वरुणा
स्वस्ति पत्ये रेवते
स्वस्ति न इन्द्रश्चाग्निश्च
स्वस्ति नो अदिते कृधि
ॐ स्वस्ति पन्थामनुचरेम
सूर्याचन्द्रमसा विवा
पुनर्ददता ज्ञता जानता सङ्गमे महि इति संक्षेपतः स्वस्ति वाचनम् अथ शान्तिकरणम् ॐ शना इन्द्राग्नि भवतामवोभिः
शना इन्द्रावरुणा रातहव्या
शमिन्द्रा सोमासु विताय शन्योः
शना इन्द्रा पूषना वाजसात
ॐ शनो भगः शमुनः शंसो अस्तु
शनः पुरन्धिः शमुसन्तु रायः
शनः सत्यस्य सुयमस्य शंसः
शनो अर्यमा पुरुजातो अस्तु
ॐ शनो धाता शमुद्रतानो अस्तु
शना उरुचि भवतु स्वधाभिः
शन्रोदसी बृहति शन्नो अद्रिः
शनो देवानां सुहवानि सन्तु
ॐ शन्नो अग्निर्ज्योतिरनीको अस्तु
शनो मेत्रा वरुणा विश्विनाशम्
शनः सुकृतां सुकृतानि सन्तु
शना इशिरो अभिवातु वातः
ॐ शनो द्यावा पृथिवी पूर्वहोतौ
शमन्तरिक्षं दृशयेनो अस्तु
शना ओषधिर्वनिनो भवन्तु
शनो रजसस्पतिरस्तु जिष्णुः
ॐ शना इन्द्रो वसुर्बृदेवो अस्तु
शमादित्येभिर्वरुणः सुशंसः
शनो रुद्रो रुद्रेभिर्जलाशः
शनस्त्वष्टाग्नाभिरिह शृणोतु
ॐ शनः सोमो भवतु ब्रह्मशन्नः
शनो ग्रावाणः समुसन्तु यज्ञाः
शनः स्वरूणामितयो भवन्तु
शनः
प्रस्वशं वस्तु वेदी अथ शिवसङ्कल्पमन्त्र ॐ हे ॐ यजाग्रतो दूरमुदयति दैवम्
तदुसुप्तस्य तथैवेति
दूरङ्गमं ज्योतिषां ज्योतिरेकम्
तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु।
ॐ येन कर्माण्यपसो मनीषिणो
यज्ञे कृण्वन्ति विदधतेषु धीराः।
यत् पूर्वं यक्षमन्तः प्रजानाम्
तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु।
ॐ यत् प्रजानमुत चेतो धृतिश्च
यज्ज्योतिरन्तरमृतं प्रजासु।
यस्मानरिते किञ्चन कर्म क्रियते
तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु।
ॐ येनेदं भूतं भुवनं भविष्यत्
परिगृहीतममृतेन सर्वम्।
येन यज्ञस्तायते सप्तहोता
तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु।
ॐ यस्मिन् ऋचः सामयजुंषि
यस्मिन् प्रतिष्ठिता रत्नभा विवाराः।
यस्मिंश्चित्तं सर्वमोतं प्रजानाम्
तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु।
ॐ सुषाढतिरश्वाणि वयन् मनुष्यान्
निनीयते भीषुभिर्वाजिनैव।
हृत्प्रतिष्ठं यदजिरं जविष्ठम्
तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु।
ॐ सनः पवस्व शङ्गवे
शञ्जनाय शमर्वते।
शनिराजन्नोषधीभ्यः ॐ अभयं नः करत्यन्तरिक्षम् अभयम्
द्यावा पृथिवी उभे मे।
अभयं पश्चादभयं पुरस्तात्
दुत्तरादधरादभयं नो अस्तु।
ॐ अभयं मित्रादभयम् अमित्रादभयम्
अभयं जातादभयं परोक्षात्।
अभयं नक्तमभयं दिवानः
सर्वाशा मम मित्रं भवन्तु।
ॐ सर्वाशा मम मित्रं भवन्तु इति संक्षेपतः शान्तिकरणम् अथ अग्नियधान. May we all stand as we invite Agni. ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वरद्योरिव भूम्ना पृथिवी ववरिम्ना तस्यास्ते पृथिवी देवयजनि पृष्ठे अग्निं मन्नाद्धमनाद्याया दधे ॐ उद्बुद्ध्य स्वाग्नि प्रतिजागृहि त्वमिष्टा पूर्ते संसृजेथामयं च अस्मिन् सधस्ते अध्युत्तरस्मिन् विश्वे देवा यजमानश्च सीदत. May we all take our seats. अथ समिदधान. ओमयन्त इद्मा आत्मा जातवेदस्तेने
ह्यस्ववर्धस्व चेदवर्धया।
चास्मान् प्रजया
पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसे
नानाध्येन समेधय स्वाहा इदमग्ने जातवेदसे इदन्ना मम. ॐ समिधाग्निं दुवस्यत घृतैर्बोधयथा तिथिम्
अस्मिन् हव्याजुहोतना
सुसमिधाय शोचिषे घृतं तीव्रं जोहोतना
अग्नये जातवेदसे
स्वाहा इदमग्नये जातवेदसे इदन्नाममा ॐ तन्त्वा समिधिरङ्गिरो घृतेन वर्धयामसि
बृहच्चोचाय विष्ठय
स्वाहा इदमग्नये अङ्गिरसे इदन्नाममा अथ पाञ्चकृताहुति
ॐ अयन्त इद्म आत्मा जातवेदस्तेने ह्यस्ववर्धस्व चेधवर्धय
चास्मान् प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसे नानाद्येन समेधय स्वाहा इदमग्ने जातवेदसे इदन्नाममा ॐ अयन्त इद्म आत्मा जातवेदस्तेने
ह्यस्ववर्धस्व चेधवर्धय चास्मान् प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसे
नानाध्येन समेधय स्वाहा इदमग्ने जातवेदसे इदन्नाममा ॐ अयन्त इद्म आत्मा जातवेदस्तेने
ह्यस्ववर्धस्व चेधवर्धय चास्मान् प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसे
नानाध्येन समेधय स्वाहा इदमग्ने जातवेदसे इदन्नाममा ॐ अयन्त इद्म आत्मा जातवेदस्तेने
ह्यस्ववर्धस्व चेधवर्धय चास्मान् प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसे
नानाध्येन समेधय स्वाहा इदमग्ने जातवेदसे इदन्नाममा Fifth and final time. ॐ अयन्त इद्म आत्मा जातवेदस्तेने
ह्यस्ववर्धस्व चेधवर्धय चास्मान् प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसे
नानाध्येन समेधय स्वाहा इदमग्ने जातवेदसे इदन्नाममा अथ जलसिञ्चना ॐ आदित्येऽनुमन्यस्व
ॐ अनुमतेऽनुमन्यस्व
ॐ सरस्वत्यनुमन्यस्व ॐ देवा सवितः प्रसुवयज्ञं प्रसुवयजपतिं भगाय
दिव्यो गन्धर्वः केतपुः केतन्नः पुनातु
वाचस्पतिर्वाचं नः स्वदतु Agaravajabahuti, ghee only. Om Agnaye Swaha Idam Agnaye Idannamama
ॐ सोमाय स्वाहा इदं सोमाय इदन्नामम
Om Prajapataye Swaha Idam Prajapataye Idannamama
ॐ इन्द्राय स्वाहा इदम् इन्द्राय इदन्नामम
Pratah Kalin Ahuti, ghee and samagri. Om Suryo Jyotir Jyotihi Suryah Swaha
ॐ सूर्यो वर्चो ज्योतिर्वर्चः स्वाहा
Om Jyoti Suryah Suryo Jyotihi Swaha
ॐ सजुर्देवेन सवित्रा सजोरुषसेन्द्रवत्या जुषानः सूर्यो वेतु
स्वाहा। ॐ अग्निर्ज्योतिर्ज्योतिरग्निः स्वाहा।
ॐ अग्निर्वर्चो ज्योतिर्वर्चः स्वाहा।
Silent mantra. ॐ स्वाहा। ॐ सजुर्देवेन सवित्रा सजुरात्रेन्द्रवत्या जुषानो अग्निर्वेतु स्वाहा। ॐ भूरग्नये प्राणाय स्वाहा। इदमग्नये प्राणाय इदन्ना मम
ॐ भुवर्वायवे पानाय
स्वाहा।
इदं वायवे पानाय
इदन्ना मम ॐ स्वरादित्याय व्यानाय स्वाहा। इदमादित्याय व्यानाय इदन्ना मम ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वर्ग्नि वायवादित्येभ्यः प्राणापानव्यानेभ्यः स्वाहा। इदमग्नि वायवादित्येभ्यः प्राणापानव्यानेभ्यः इदन्ना मम
ॐ आपो ज्योतिरसो अमृतं ब्रह्मा भूर्भुवः स्वरो स्वाहा। ॐ या मेधां देवगणाः पितरश्चोपासते तया मामद्य मेधयाग्ने मेधाविनं कुरु स्वाहा। ॐ विश्वानि देव सवितर्दुरितानि परासुव यद्भद्रं तन्न आसुव स्वाहा। ॐ अग्नेनय सुपथाराये अस्मान् विश्वानि देव वयुनानि विद् युयोध्यस्मज्जुहुरानमेनो भूयिष्ठान्ते नम उक्तिं विधेम स्वाहा।
We will now move on to special mantras. Pavamana Ahuti. Om Bhurభువః Swah Agna Ayumshi Pavasa Asuvorjamisham Chanah Arebadasvaduchunam Swaha. Idamagne Pavamanaya Idannamama. Om Bhurభువః Swah Agni Rishi Pavamana Panchajanyah Purohitah Tamimahe Mahagayam स्वाहा। इदमग्नये पवमानाय इदन्ना मम ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः अग्ने पवस्व ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः अग्ने पवस्व स्वपा अस्मे वरचः सुवीर्यं दधत्रये मयि पोषं स्वाहा। इदमग्नये पवमानाय इदन्ना मम ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः प्रजापते न त्वदेतान्यन्यो विश्वा जातानि परिता बभूव यत्कामास्ते जुहुमस्तनो अस्तु वयं स्याम पतयोरयीणां स्वाहा। idam prajapataye idannamama. And at this time, we'll make offerings for those who may be sick and ailing. We make these offerings for their good health. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityormukshiyamamritat Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityormukshiyamamritat Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityormukshiyamamritat Swaha. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrinuyama Deva Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatra पुत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवान् सत्सनोभिर्व्यशेमहि देवहितं यदायुः स्वाहा ॐ बलं देहि तनुषुना बलं मिन्द्राय लुत्सुनः बलं तोकाय तन्याय जीवसे त्वन्नो हि बलदा असि स्वाहा. And we would also like to recognize the passing of Auntie Devi's chacha and Mata Bojwati's brother-in-law. I wasn't given a name, but the Samaj sends their condolences to this family at this time. We will say one mantra for the soul that has passed. By Sagar, if you can make a ghee offering. Om Vayuranilamrittamathedam Bhasmantam Shariram Om Kratosmara Klivesmara Kratosmara Swaha. We will now continue with the Havan. Om Agnaye Swaha Idam Agnaye Idannamama Om Somaya Swaha
Idan somaya idan namama.
Om Prajapataye Swaha Idam Prajapataye Idannamama
Om Indraya swaha. Idam Indraya idan namama.
Om Bhuragnaye Swaha Idam Agnaye Idannamama
Om Bhuvarvayave swaha. Idam vayave idan namama.
Om Swaradityaya Swaha Idam Adityaya Idannamama
Om Bhurbhuvah Swaragni Vayavadityebhyah
Swaha
Idam Agni Vayavadityebhyah
Idannamama Atha Brahma Gayatri Savitri Guru Mantra Om Bhurбhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat Swaha
Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat Swaha
Om Bhurбhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat Swaha Svishtakritahuti Om Yadasya Karmanyotyaricham Yadvanyunamihakaram
Agnishtat Svishtakrit Vidyat Sarvam Svishtam Suhutam Karotu Me
Agnaye Svishtakrite Sahutahute Sarvaprayaschitahuti Nam
Kamanam Samadhayatre Sarvanaha Kaman Samardhaya
Swaha Idam Agnaye Svishtakrite Idannamama Prajapatyahuti, ghee only, silent mantra. Om Swaha Idam Prajapate Idannamama Purnahuti. May we all stand for the final three offerings. Om Sarvam Vai Purnam Swaha Om Sarvam Vay Purnam Swaha. Om Sarvam Vay Purnam Swaha. Hands outstretched to the fire. Om Tanupagneyasi Tanvame Pahi. Om Ayurdagneyasi Ayurme Dehi. Om Varchodagnyasi Varcho Me Dehi. Om Agneyan Me Tanva Unam Tanma Aprina. Om Medha Me Deva Savita Adadhatu. Om Medha Me Devi Saraswati Adadhatu. Om Medha Me Ashvino Devavadhattam Pushkarasrachau. Apyayatam. Om Vakchama Apyayatam. Om Pranashchama Apyayatam. Om Chakshushchama Apyayatam. Om Shrotranchama Apyayatam. Om Yashobalanchama Apyayatam. Yaj Pratna Geet. May all take our seats.
पूजनीय प्रभु हमारे भाव उज्ज्वल कीजिए। चोर देवे चल कपट को मानसिक बल दीजिए। वेद की गाये रचाए सत्य को धारण करे। हर्ष में हो मार्ग सारे शोक सागर से तरे। अश्वमेधाधिक रचाए सत्य पर उपकार को। धर्म मर्यादा चला कर लाभ दे संसार को। नित्य श्रद्धा भक्ति से यज आदि हम करते रहे। रोग पीड़ित विश्व के संताप सब हरते रहे। भावना मिट जाए मन से पाप अत्याचार की। कामनाएं पूर्ण होवे यज से नर नार की। स्वार्थ भाव मिटे हमारा प्रेम पथ विस्तार हो। निगन मम का सार्थक प्रत्येक में व्यवहार हो। हाथ जोड़ झुकाए मस्तक। हाथ जोड़ झुकाए मस्तक। वंदना हम कर रहे। नाथ करुणा रूप करुणा आपकी सब पर रहे। प्रभु आपकी सब पर रहे। प्रभु आपकी सब पर रहे। ओम सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः। सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः। सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु। मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। हे ईश सब सुखी हो।
कोई न हो दुकारी, सब हो निरोग भगवन। धन धान्य के बंधारी, सब भाद्र भाव देखे, सन्मार्ग के प्रतीक हो। दुखिया न कोई होवे, सृष्टि में प्राणधारी। हे ईश सब सुखी हो।
O Lord, may all be happy, may all be free from misery, may all realize goodness, and may no one suffer pain. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om.
This brings us to the end of our Hawan for this morning. Continuing with our program, we'll now go into a bhajan by Pranav from Canada.
गा
Thank you very much, Bhai Pranav. Bhai Pranav comes from a very dedicated Arya Samaj family, and actually his sister did the pravachan last month. Um, invite all of our members, whether you're here or can't be with us in person, if you'd like to go live or send a bhajan, you can contact Behan Diana, um, and we can have it on our Sunday morning service to share with everyone. Um, Next, I would like to invite by Valmiki for our next bhajan.
I see. अम्बे शरण कमल है तेरे अम्बे चरण कमल है तेरे अम्बोरी है जन्म जन्म की अम्बोरी है जन्म जन्म की निस दिन देते तेरे अम्बे चरण कमल तेरे तू धरती जग पालन करती अंबर का आधारे तू सब सुख ज्योति सब दुख ज्योति इस जीवन का सारे तू सत्यम तू शिवम सुंदरम तू सत्यम तू शिवम सुंदरम हम सब चपल तेरे अम्बे चरण कमल है तेरे अम्बे चरण कमल है तेरे ओ समयांसो फूल में श्रद्धा अंतर में करे उजियारे तेरे मंदिर में नतमस्तक नभ के सूरज चांद सितारे हमने तेरी मुस्कानों में हमने तेरी मुस्कानों में देखे मधुर सा बेरा अम्बे चरण कमल है तेरे अम्बे चरण कमल है तेरे अम्बोरी है जन्म जन्म की अम्बोरी है जन्म जन्म की निस दिन देते तेरे अम्बे चरण कमल है तेरे चरण कमल है तेरे चरण कमल है तेरे
Thank you very much, Bhai Valmiki, for that bhajan. Next, we'll go into our announcements, and I would like to invite Ben Diana.
Namaste, everyone. Thank you for joining us, whether especially in person and for joining us online as well. Our first announcement is our Thursday classes. Our Thursday class is led by Pandit Deepak Raman, and that is at 7:30 p.m. It's a Sandhyan meditation, and they have various topics that they speak on, and it's a really good community that they've formed, and especially during the pandemic. And it's been going on for about, I would say, close to a year now. So that's, if you need the information from that, please contact Pandit Deepak. Our Wednesday yoga classes are on pause for now. That is usually from 6:30 to 6 to 7 p.m. However, due to some concerns, we wanted to make sure that we're keeping our social distancing, and so that is on pause. Our Mahela group meets once a month, and they have various topics that they discuss, and it's women empowering women. So you don't have to be a mom, you can be a sister, a daughter, whomever. You can, please, if you wish to join this group, please contact Pandita Nirvani Prashad. Now, this group also puts together our Sunday morning Mahela program, as well as organizes our food, our Sunday morning meals. So please contact Behen Nirvani or Pandita Nirvani if you wish to donate any meals for Sunday, if you wish to do parsad, if you wish to help set up the mandap. This is a great program for you to do so. Now, our youth forum is held once a month, and our youth forum was yesterday, and we had quite a turnout. We will be posting some pictures from our forum on our Facebook page, so please look out for that. So our youth forum is held once a month. I believe the next youth forum is set for October 23rd, so please join us for that at 6 p.m. There is a Sammelan coming up. That is October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. We put up the flyer on Facebook. They also have a youth portion of the Sammelan. So please look out for that. Registration has begun. You can register online today. So look out for the 31st Arya Maha Sammelan. Our We've made it quite easy for you to make your donations paperless. So you can take a screenshot of this QR code, or you can hold up your phone to the QR code. The QR code link is also provided in our Facebook, so you can see that there. Please be sure to leave your full name, your address, a phone number, so you can receive your receipt, and let us know how we're doing. You can send us a message as well. If you have any birthdays that you wish to announce, any anniversaries, engagements, or even any death announcements, please send a picture no later and a message no later than Thursday. That way, it ensures our producers are given enough and adequate time to put that up on our feed, as well as our pundits enough time to know what message that you wish to convey. So that is all for announcements. The next item that we have, I'm kind of stealing by Neeraj's job a little bit. The next item that we have is our pravachan for this morning, our youth message. Our youth message, this person did her message for the Mahela, and we asked her to do a youth message for us because it's pertaining to the month of September, which is everybody knows it's going back to school. So last week, the Mahila discussed on communication, and this week, Behen Shushila is going to discuss going back to school and focusing a little bit more. So I think it's very pertinent to the month of September. I think it's pertinent to it's connecting with our Mahila program, as well as the person that's giving the message. She has two younger children, so she knows all about focus and um, paying attention to what needs to get done, especially when it comes to studying. Behen Shushila has been a part of Arya Samaj since she was born. Um, she's always been a member of Arya Samaj. No matter what mandir, when she lived in New Jersey, she was part of the Om Temple. And I would look forward to Foundations Week, because that's the week that her and I would meet up. That was the week that we would see each other for a whole stretch. And we looked forward to that. At least I know I definitely looked forward to seeing Shashila during that time. And growing up, we were put in such leadership positions that we had to either sing on stage. She was mostly the one singing on stage, and I was the one hosting. And growing up, we also were given opportunities, various opportunities where we were hosting together. So it's great to see how we've grown up, and Shashila is now a mom of two and giving her message on during our youth program. So without further ado, please bear with Vade and Vani pulling and tugging at her. Without further ado, I give you Behen Shashila.
Namaste, everyone. Namaste, respected pundits, mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, and most importantly, namaste to our children. And so this morning, we will be speaking, or I rather will be speaking about going back to school and what it takes to really succeed in school and in a learning environment. So school is not only just going to a building or an educational institution. We are all here on this planet because we have chosen to learn. We are in a learning world. So if you can join with me in this prayer, um, excuse me. So, you can see my screen? Okay, perfect. All right. Because I'm seeing you guys. I can't see behind me. All right. So we're in a learning world. So the prayer. Om Udvayam Tamasas Swaha Pashyanta Uttaram Devang Devatra Suryam Aganma Jyotiruttamam. May our soul, which is greater than the great matter, realize the self luminous spiritual light, which is the greatest of all. So we're here to learn. How? How do we learn? We as human beings discover. We discover our subject matter. We discover how to walk. We discover how to talk. We discover how to eat and how to feed ourselves as little babies, right? And as we grow, we learn to feel and connect. So we connect to our higher. Yes, I used to feed you when you were babies. But here we're feeling and connecting, and we connect to our higher selves. The best way to retain information is to feel it. Feel the information. Love the subject. Fall in love with it. And if you don't love it, don't say don't. If you don't love it, find a piece of it that you like. Just get passionate about it. Earn. So we have to earn the lesson. We earn the lesson by learning. And so now we repeat the process and growth, and that is how we level up. So discovery. Discover, realize, aganma. We are the body in which the soul and the higher self encompasses. We have to realize the aganma, the light we have within. This is one of those things where nobody can do it for you. This is one of those things where nobody can pass the test for you. The realization of you having a higher self within you, knowing that you came into this world already knowing what your syllabus is. You know what you came in this world to do, right? So you have to realize that light within you. It's not that hard, actually. It sounds difficult, but it's not. So you take a quiet moment and you meditate and you say, my higher self, I can feel you. You are present within me. Help me. Feel and connect. So we have to activate that on button, and activating that on button is doing exactly what I just said, is to sit down and connect within yourselves. So a lot of people like to connect by chanting Om. A lot of people like to connect by doing the Gayatri mantra or whatever mantra you feel more comfortable. And once you start in the beginning, when you start chanting Om, it kind of just, you're just making the sound. But after a few repetitions, if you notice how your body gets very calm, and then you kind of get into a trance. I hope that's not only me. As you get very calm, it's kind of like a trance. You feel the vibration, not kind of, but you feel the vibration within you. And that is your connection. That is your on button. And this is how you're going to connect to your higher self. And then you tap into that positive feeling. So as you see, you have these games here. You have Fortnite, you have math, bingo. Why? Why is this? Because Fortnite, I've never played it, but I heard it's about building. And I know that if I started, I'd probably get completely whipped by you guys. But then you have math, and these math apps that I see that my kids are playing, it's making learning very fun. So they're excited to play. They're excited to play the games. And then Candy Crush. Candy Crush, it's very addictive. But what are you doing in Candy Crush? You're just, lining up colors, right? But does it take much brain power to do so? It's a little bit of strategy, but you kind of center yourself at the same time. You're playing, but I'm pretty sure with most of us, you have still conversations going on in your head. And I hope that whatever you're thinking about is more positive than negative, so you can feel and connect to yourself. Vayam pashyanta swaha, knowing our higher selves. That quiet stillness that only absorbs the positive, that voice within that only says, you can do this, and look how fun it is to learn. Okay, so it's not going to be like confetti and butterflies every time, right? It's going to be a process. It's going to be a process of learning. But eventually, once you feel the excitement to learn, it gets a little bit easier. So, what's love got to do with it? It's Tina Turner, guys. So, we have to love what's being taught first. That can be kind of difficult if you find a subject matter challenging. And here's the thing, when you say, I don't like, I don't want, I don't like how he teaches or she teaches, I don't like this subject matter, you know what you're doing? You're limiting yourselves. You're limiting yourselves on the amount of information you choose to receive. And if you limit the amount of information you choose to receive, then how do you absorb everything that will help you grow? So I want for you now to eliminate the word I don't like, the words I don't like. Math can be challenging, but math
No, it's not.
very good. Math is not challenging. Maybe reading or history or writing, something may be challenging for you. But the moment you say writing, the moment you say, I don't want to do it, I don't like doing it, you're basically telling yourself, I don't need to do this. I don't want to do this. So you're not going to put your effort in. And then what happens? That's it. It gets tossed to the side. And that's not something that we want, because we need all of these lessons to help us grow. So, how do you learn how to beat a video game? So, when you play video games, some levels can be very challenging. But do you say, I don't want to play anymore? This is challenging. I'm done. No, you keep playing. You keep playing until you win that level, until you beat that level. And why? Because you get emotionally connected to it. So there are two ways to learn. You can learn by you making mistakes, which is perfectly okay, because as long as you're learning from your mistakes, or The fastest way to learn is by watching someone else play the video game or watching somebody else's lessons and see what happened when they did X, Y, and Z. So now you can learn. Okay, let's say X, Y, and Z. Let's say we were playing Mario Brothers, right? And everybody knows those little chomper guys. If you run into the chomper guy, you're gonna die. But if you see your hammerheads, okay. So if you okay. So if you see someone else doing it, you're going to know, okay, on my turn, I am not going to run into that guy because he's going to eat me up and I'm going to die. I'm going to jump over him or jump on top of him. Okay, it's a chain chop. So this is how you learn by your own mistakes, and you can learn by others' mistakes as well. Sometimes you win on the first try. Thank you. Okay, 1 second. Okay, thank you so much for your contributions. We can talk about this stuff right afterwards, okay? Great. All right. Sometimes you win on the first try. And when you win on the first try, it feels fine. Did you learn the lesson? I hope you did, because sometimes when you go back to the next level, some of the aspects of the first part of the level that you won easily, some of it may be in the next one. So sometimes you try a couple of times. If you don't win, but you keep on trying. And so do not stop. Persistence is the key. So now we're earning the lessons and we're earning the levels. So when you pass, you earn the ability to advance to new lessons, to new levels. So we're grasping the subject of math, science, reading, history, etc. And this is how we earn the ability to advance. Let's talk about cramming for a second. I've done a lot of this in college, especially, and cramming doesn't count. I also remember in 6th grade, while I was writing this, I was like, the War of 1812. I did not remember what the War of 1812 is. Anyone in this audience, can you raise your hand and tell me if you remember what the War of 1812 was about? Anyone? Great. So you all crammed it too. I don't feel bad. So the War of 1812, I crammed it in 6th grade. Can't tell you what it was about until I looked it up. It's actually in Hamilton, if any one of you are interested in watching that. I didn't connect to the subject matter. If I did, I would have been able to tell you that it's about the US wanting some more territory. Shocker. And the British was blocking the French from supplying goods to the US because the French and the US were buddies at times. So when the British was blocking goods, meaning food or whatever goods and necessities the US needed at the time. Yes.
Can you be done now?
Okay. My daughter says I'm taking too long. Once you feel the story, it becomes easier to understand and keep it in your memory. So now, War of 1812, who kind of has the gist of what it's about? Raise your hand. Anyone? Okay, good. It's right there on the screen, guys. Okay. So here's a picture of, I forgot his name, but he knows everything from the test, cramming the night before, but forgets everything a week later. Now, cheating. Haha. Cheating. Cheaters may pass, but it's not the same as cramming. It's just a stressful, it's almost the same way, as cramming, and it's just a very stressful way to pass. We only cheat when we don't understand the subject matter, and we were desperate to pass the level. So when we cheat, we don't honor our higher selves and our light. So you may have passed, but inside, when you see that A being handed to you, you're like, okay, fine, I passed this one, on to the next one. But do you actually feel as good as when you actually studied and retained the information? You're like, yes, I got an A, as opposed to, all right, I got an A, on to the next one. It's a completely different feeling. Okay, cheating, the contradiction. So, contradicting to what I just said before, history is the biggest cheat code. All of history is a cheat code. You have the people who discovered penicillin. We have the math geniuses. We have people who taught us through philosophy. Yes, sweetie. Okay, I understand. I only have a few more slides.
No.
Okay,
No.
almost.
No.
Go sit with Auntie Dana. She's okay, almost. So we have. Okay, so on. I will be done soon. I will be done soon. Unless you want to chase your tail and repeat, sweetheart. I have to finish. Oh, sorry, baby. I have to finish. Okay. You can put it on. Put it on. Okay. So unless you want to chase your tail and repeat the 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 lesson, I mean, it's up to you, but I think we can learn a lot. We can learn a lot from history. And once we learn from history, it's not that we learned history and we were going to repeat history, but once you learn history, you can now apply what you learn in order to make and develop something new, which is how we get new medicines, new technology. Now, how do we know that we have gained our subject matter? How do we know we're absorbing it? We do something called repetition. Do you know when a baby is sitting on its high chair? Vani used to do this to me a lot. She used to throw her spoon off the high chair every time without fail. Couple of times every night while eating dinner. And why did she do this? Because in her brain, she's learning that when I throw this spoon, mommy's going to pick it up and give it back to me. And then she does it again. She throws the spoon, mommy picks it up and gives it back to her. So by doing the action, she is learning. She is feeling. If I yelled at Vani after she threw the spoon, she would cry. She's learning by feeling, okay, I'm not going to throw the spoon because this has a negative impact. I would not yell at her for throwing spoons, by the way. So repetition. So this is how you make sure you grasp the subject. You repeat it. So teach it to your stuffies. Go to your room, line up your stuffies, teach the bears what you've just learned. Or stand in front of the mirror. Stand in front of the mirror and teach the subject matter as if you're teaching a class. You say, hello, class. This is what we're learning today. And you go through all of your notes. And when you don't remember something, you go back to your notes and say, I didn't remember it. Go back to your notes. And once you're able to let it flow, then you know you've got it. I personally I had a Walkman and I used to sing the material to myself. I would sing it, I would record it, and I would play it back while I slept because I thought that it would just automatically get injected into my brain. But the worse the tune was, mind you, the more I was able to memorize it, ironically enough. Repetition. Part 2, feel excited about teaching it. So you can teach it to your friends. Those friends that say, I hate math, I can't stand this subject. Make it fun for them. So you can teach them that this subject matter can be fun. Bunny, come on this side. Come on this side. Come on this side. Come here. Come this side. Come this side. I will have to stand up then. Is that okay? Okay. I'm standing up. So never say that you hate a subject. Never say you hate a subject. Automatically, you set yourself up for failure. Don't let your friends do it either. Don't let them say they hate it and don't contribute to saying, oh, yeah, I hate it too. That one sucks, right? You don't need to do that. Instead, be the leader. That's what we're all here for. Be the leader. Teach them too, because you're not only growing your light, you're growing theirs as well. Let me see. Yeah, and keep working with your higher self. Okay, now growth. It's my last slide, guys. Okay, no, don't. So growth. Growth is when you've leveled up. So growth is when you pass the test, when you've learned the lessons, and the feelings of accomplishment comes with this. So embrace it. Embrace the growth. Embrace the feeling that, hey, you accomplished something. You remembered something. You were able to pass this test. And why? Because you had the moment, you had all of your moments, you connected with yourself before a test, you connected with yourself while you were studying, you went and you had positive feelings and positive thoughts while you were studying and while you were listening to your professor, to your teacher. And by that way, by taking the notes that you need, by learning, by feeling the subject matter, it becomes easier for you. You're able to absorb it. And when you absorb it, you also help your higher self gain the knowledge. Now, this is what I spoke about for school, and hopefully all of the students here are able to connect with what I'm saying. But in regards to adults and our lives, and some of us are not even in school anymore, right? But we are still constantly growing. These methods will work for you as well in relationships and all of the things that we do in our lives. So with this, I would like to say thank you and namaste. And as human beings on this earth, I hope that you always and consistently continue to learn. Namaste.
Thank you very much, Ben and Sushila, for that wonderful pravachan. I'm sure all of the kids listening at home would have taken away a lot from that going into their new school year. So thank you again to grow, personal growth. We'll now have Arti. May we all stand for Arti. Thank you.
We want to thank by Dharam for providing today's meals and the flowers. Um, for Parsad by Anupa, and our Auntie Bobby and Auntie Shamati for providing the structure today for our meals.
जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे पाथ जनों के संकट पाथ जनों के संकट जन्म दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे वे पल पावे दुख विनसे मन का ओ स्वामी दुख विनसे मन का सुख संपत्ति घर आवे सुख संपत्ति घर आवे अष्टमी दे तन का ओम जय जगदीश हरे माता पिता तुम मेरे शरण गहो किसकी ओ स्वामी शरण गहो किसकी तुम बिना और न दूजा तुम बिना और न दूजा आस करो जिसकी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम पूर्ण परमात्मा तुम अंतर्यामी ओ स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर तुम सबके स्वामी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम करुणा के सागर तुम पालन करता ओ स्वामी तुम पालन करता मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी मैं
सेवक तुम स्वामी, कृपा करो बरदा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। विषय विकार मिटाओ, पाप हरो देवा। ओ स्वामी पाप हरो देवा। श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ, श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ, संतन की सेवा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। जय जगदीश हरे। ओ स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट, भक्त जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
अथ शांति पातः। ओम द्यौ शान्तिरन्तरिक्षं शान्ति, पृथिवी शान्ति, राप शान्ति, ओषधयः शान्ति, वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्ति, ब्रह्मा शान्ति, सर्वं शान्ति, शान्तिरेव शान्ति सामा शान्तिरेधि। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम प्रेम से बोलो ओमकार भगवान की जय। प्रेम से बोलो मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम श्री रामचंद्र की जय। प्रेम से बोलो योगेश्वर श्री कृष्ण चंद्र की जय। प्रेम से बोलो जगत गुरु महर्षि स्वामी दयानंद की जय। प्रेम से बोलो वैदिक सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। भोजन मंत्र। ओम अनपते अनस्य नो देहि यनमिवस्य शुष्मिनः प्रप्रदातारं तारिष ऊर्जन्नो देहि द्विपदे चतुष्पदे। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम Namaste all, and hope you have a wonderful week ahead.